When mind is very, very turbulent, when mind is very, very strong in this moment, you have to quickly recognize, quickly inquire, who is the mind speaking to? Who is the one listening to the mind? Because this inquiry quickly shows you where you are currently identifying yourself. It shows you where you currently are placing your sense of self, of who you are identified as, who you believe yourself to be. In order for the mind to speak to you and continue to speak to you, in order for the mind to pull you around and make you suffer, you must be identified at the level of mind. The mind can only speak to the identity that is also mind. It can only speak to the idea that you have of yourself that is actually low-key interested in what the mind has to say. It may not, it may be like, oh my God, I want to get rid of mind. I hate with all these negative thoughts, but there's interest there. This one is actually listening to mind. It is the audience that the mind is speaking to. And this one claims that it wants to be free of mind, but it itself is mind. So when mind is very, very strong, and you do this quick inquiry, who is the mind speaking to? You can quickly learn to establish where you're placing your sense of self. You can quickly learn to recognize where you have established your sense of self. And every single time you will notice that you are at the level of mind, thinking of yourself as I, Sunny, am overthinking. I want to be rid of mind. Whereas what you are is beyond that. What you are is transcendent of that already. What you are is free of mind already. What you are cannot be pulled around and yanked in all different directions by mind. Now, how to dissolve this tendency? In the moment, in the recognition that you simply recognize, I am aware. In that moment, you will see for yourself right here and now. Have this recognition. Become aware of being aware. This recognition itself dissolves the identity and the mind, what you can call the I thought and the thoughts that this I thought claims to be thinking. That recognition, I am aware. In that moment, although you may not realize just quite yet, the I that is aware is not Sunny or John or Susan that is aware. In the recognition, I am aware. The I that is aware is the self itself, is awareness itself. Only awareness can be aware. The mind cannot be aware. The idea that you have of yourself, which is also just mind, it cannot be aware. I, Sunny, this mind body, don't have capacity for awareness. The body is not aware. The mind is not aware. They are also not the operators or the controllers of awareness. They are objects perceived within awareness. So although in this diagram, just for some simplistic purposes, I kind of painted this out where it's like layers, all of this is within awareness, no? Have you ever seen a thought which was not in your awareness? Now you must establish yourself in your true sense of self, in your true position. The I that is aware is awareness becoming aware that it is aware. And when you are in this recognition, I am aware, or simply I am. In that moment, the thinker and the thoughts both dissolve. So let me do a quick little drawing right here. This is what you can call the I thought. Okay? Now this one is constantly projecting thoughts. And when you are going through a mind attack, a lot of turbulent mind, those thoughts can continue to go only if you continue to remain identified at the level of the I thought. And let me make sure that you see this right here. Sorry for the glare. This I thought is the identity, the idea that you have of yourself. But this itself is perceived within awareness. The I, you perceive even this identity. And you perceive a change throughout your day, throughout your life, constantly projecting new things. So know that the mind can only yank and pull around this one. And this one's not true. It's not what you actually are. Now this needs to go from a sort of a conceptual understanding to a true seeing. That I, awareness, am aware. And in that moment, in that recognition that I am aware, all of this simply dissolves. Not only does the thoughts dissolve, but also the thinker goes with it. The mind needs an audience to speak to. Get rid of the audience. This one is not affected by mind. This one has no interest in mind. This one is what you are. And simply rest in the awareness of the fact that I am aware. And simply by doing so, all of this is gone. And all of the mental resistance that you were previously fighting against, trying to avoid, there's no need for that anymore. Because who was launching that attack on the mind? It was the identity, the idea that you have of yourself. This is the one that claims to be that wants to be free of mind. But he or she pretends to be a friend, right? This is the one that launches the whole spiritual search. But this one can never finish the search. This one is the one that is finished by the search. In the simple recognition that I am this. And really stabilizing your sense of self in this, as this, takes away the power of this, all of it. It's very, very simple. Now look and see, because understanding it on a mental level is not enough. If you want to learn further about this, you want to make the shift from this to this, watch my free masterclass. It's 1 hour, and I go much more in detail on this. It's packed with value. It's brand new, and I know you're going to love it. So go ahead and watch that. Link is down there in the description box below, and let me know what you think of it. Happy practicing. Have a great rest of your day. Subscribe to this channel for more, and I will see you next time.